Today I'm going to be sharing 3 reasons why our taxes might be going up, along with how much silver and gold we can get with the second stimulus, and now potentially a third stimulus. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well, feeling great, and staying safe. It's a great day to have a great day. Today I wanted to talk about both silver and gold, along with the third stimulus, because evidently that's going to be happening now. I want to talk about taxes, and I want to talk about how much of the precious metals we can get with these stimulus checks. But really quick, just in case you're new, make sure to subscribe for daily videos. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there, go check it out. The link will be in the description. And if you want to get some DYDSS merchandise to help support the channel, I would really appreciate it. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But today, ladies and gentlemen, I have good news and bad news. I'll give you the bad news first. It's our taxes are probably going up by a lot. But the good news is silver and gold. And we're going to get into that. So I wanted to talk about the bad news first. I wanted to talk about 3 big reasons why we could see a lot more money coming out of our paychecks, us having to pay a lot more money in taxes over the next who knows how long. There are 3 main things that I want to talk about today, and then if you stick with the video, I'm also going to be talking about the silver and the gold and how much of the precious metals we can get with the different stimulus checks and how this is going to work and how that's going to work. So first things first, the number 1 reason that our taxes are likely to be going up is because we are evidently, probably, more than likely, potentially going to be getting a third stimulus check now. What's funny about a third stimulus check is I've been saying it since the middle of 2020. I've been saying it for 6, maybe 7, maybe 8 months at this point. I've been saying that paychecks are better than stimulus checks, paychecks are better than unemployment checks, and if they were to give us a second stimulus check, all of a sudden, immediately, everyone's going to be saying,
okay, now we need a third. Where's the third? When's the third going to be? We need a third. We need more.
I've been saying this for how long? We finally ended up eventually getting the second stimulus, which, by the way, I still didn't get mine yet, and a lot of people haven't gotten theirs. So the second stimulus, a lot of us haven't even received it yet. That's how recently they were rolled out. But we just started getting the second stimulus over the last week or so, and now we're already talking about a third. So the third, something that a lot of you really should do is you got to pay attention to what some of these politicians and what some of these lawmakers and what some of these people are saying, and more importantly, what their policies say. And if you actually read through the paperwork, I know it's a lot to really worry about, and it's essentially a foreign language because they use terminology that regular people have no idea what it means. But if you actually do your best to interpret it, you can actually learn a lot of information. So this third stimulus now is being branded as a $2,000 stimulus check. However, it's not going to be $2,000. It's going to be $1,400. It's being branded as a $2,000 stimulus check because they're including that $600 that we're already getting. They're putting it together for some reason. I don't know why. Those are 3 completely separate payments. I guess some people might not even receive their second one by the time the third one is introduced, so maybe those would be combined. I'm not exactly sure, but if you already got your second stimulus, or if it's on the way, and if the third stimulus ends up getting passed, it would more than likely be $1,400, not $2,000, even though it's being branded that way. The second reason why our taxes might be going up is because there is something else that's included in potential 46's policies, something that has been talked about, something that is being pushed, something that is actually one of the biggest priorities for him right now, and it's being referred to as a government-funded campaign to educate the public. This is something that I talked about months ago as well. This is something that I've already covered, but it's coming back to the surface, and I wanted to talk about it again because this is something that a lot of people are really stressing right now. A government-funded campaign to educate the public. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a euphemism. It's words that are tweaked and twisted and changed and altered to make it sound like it's something that everybody would be in favor of. Okay, government funded, that's cool, the government's paying for it. No, government funded means taxpayer funded. And the second part is campaign to educate the public. At face value, you very easily say, okay, a campaign to educate the public, public awareness. People are going to become more informed. But what is a campaign to educate the public? It actually means marketing for the new vaccine, because a lot of people don't really trust it right now, and I'm not going to sit here and say whether it's safe or whether it's dangerous, because I don't know. I'm not a scientist, I'm not an expert or anything like that, but I do know for a fact that a lot of people are hesitant because it's so new. A lot of people are thinking or saying to themselves that how could something that was just created over the last couple of months tell us what the long-term health risks are, if there are any long-term health risks. This is just something that people are nervous or hesitant. A lot of people are trying to say, no, I don't want it, and you have the right to say you don't want it. It's your decision if you get a shot or something like that. But they want to do a massive marketing campaign to tell people, hey, it's safe, it's good, we need to do this, it's for the better good, or whatever they say, the greater good. A lot of people don't want to get it, or a lot of people are nervous about it, so they want to do probably millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in marketing to tell people, got nothing to be afraid of. So that's going to be quite costly as well, whether you are in favor of it or not.
My fellow Americans, I'm going to need to borrow $2 to $3 trillion. I'm talking to you taxpayers. Fork it over.
And by the way, just for the record, I completely understand what the intentions are. I know that in their eyes, the more people that get the shot, the less people get sick. The less people get sick, the less it gets spread around. The less it gets spread around, the less new people get sick. The less new people get sick, the less new people die from it. I completely understand. All I'm saying is that that's a lot of money being spent trying to convince people to get the shot. And now the third and final thing I want to talk about in reference to taxes is that another proposal in Potential 46's ideas or tactics or strategies is to increase capital gains taxes. Now, for a lot of people, that doesn't mean very much, because most people see that as rich people having to pay more in taxes, even though they supply hundreds, thousands, potentially millions of jobs all over the planet. They still want, more from these people. But to increase capital gain taxes, that could potentially affect the little guy, because what do you have to pay capital gains taxes on? That means you have to pay more when you sell an asset that has appreciated. It's not just massive amounts of land. It's not just massive businesses or anything like that. When you sell your silver and your gold, you're expected to pay capital gains taxes. And even if it's just a couple hundred, couple thousand, maybe $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, if capital gains taxes go up, I would imagine that would affect each and every one of us. And it's not just the silver and the gold, by the way. It goes for all the people in the stock market as well. If you buy into a company, like for example, the people who bought into Tesla last year or any year in the past, Tesla has seen massive, massive growth. A lot of people invested in other companies such as Apple, Amazon, Facebook, Zoom, Netflix, all of these tech stocks, or tech on wheels as Tesla is often referred to as, they have seen massive capital appreciation. And long-term capital gains tax is significantly smaller than short-term capital gains tax, but if those taxes are cranked up, you're going to have to pay more money. That's just the way it works. But it's also important to remember that taxes are probably not going to be going up anytime in the very near future, and by that I mean this year or next year or anything like that. It's probably not going to be something that's even going to happen or occur or even really be talked about very much until maybe a year or two down the road, because you can't stimulate an economy while taxing people into oblivion. It just doesn't work that way. It's not productive. Nobody's done that before. Nobody would do that. That's just a stupid thing to do. It doesn't work. It doesn't help anybody. A lot of people say, oh, they want to do this because they have malicious intent, but it wouldn't even help them at that point. But anyway, all of the tax nonsense, all of the stimulus, and all of the government-funded campaign to educate the public nonsense away. Let's talk about silver and gold really quick. Now, I want to talk about silver and gold because with a third stimulus, I wanted to talk about how much silver we could get, how much gold we can get with those stimulus dollars. So as of right now, many of us have already received, or we are going to soon be receiving, the $600 stimulus check, which was the second stimulus check. Now, with silver, the spot price right now is about $25 and change. We could just easily round that up because we're probably going to have to pay a little bit of a premium anyway. It's going to be $27, $28, $29. So let's just say $30. We'll keep it at a nice round number. $30 to get your hands on each individual troy ounce of silver. Now, with a $600 stimulus check, you'd be able to get about 20 ounces of silver. Not too bad, not too shabby, but what if you wanted to put that $600 into gold? With the spot price of gold right now, as I'm recording the video, it's $1,846, which we can just very easily round that up to about $2,000 because you're going to be paying a premium on the gold anyway. With $600, you could very easily, you shouldn't have an issue in the world picking yourself up a little quarter ounce gold coin or round or bar. These right here are really only worth about $500, actually a little bit less than $500 if you divide the spot price by 4, but if you include the premium, it's a little bit above $500, maybe $520, give or take, $520, somewhere around there. So with $600, you can very easily pick up a little quarter ounce piece of gold, and then you'd still have a little bit of cash left over to pick up some silver as well, if that's what you choose to do. Now, that's just in reference to the second stimulus, but as I talked about earlier in this video, and as we probably all know by now, it's apparently not stopping with a second stimulus. Apparently now we're going to be getting a third stimulus, if, of course, it's passed, and if we're still not back on track by then, but we're looking at about a week and a half to 2 weeks away, so it's, we're obviously not going to be back on track, economically speaking, by then. But if we were to get the third stimulus, an additional $1,400 on top of our $600, bringing it in total $2,000. If we had a $2,000 stimulus check, combining the second and the third together, with the spot price of silver being about $25, we would be able to get about 65 or 66 ounces of silver. Not bad. Not too shabby. It's a decent amount of silver. How much gold would we be able to get, though? With the spot price being rounded up to about $2,000, and with us having about $2,000 to work with, basic math tells me that we should be able to get about 1 troy ounce of gold if that's what we want to do. 1 troy ounce of gold or 66 ounces of silver. Or if you're someone that's big on diversification, if you're somebody that wants to get a little bit of both metals, you can just chop that in half, put 1,000 into silver, 1,000 into gold. With 1,000, you could probably get about half an ounce of gold. Now, obviously, the way premiums work, the smaller the denomination, the higher the premium is going to be. So you're probably more than likely going to be having to put about $1,100 into gold at that point, and then $900 into silver. But roughly, you can get maybe half an ounce of gold, maybe 30 to 33 ounces of silver, give or take, somewhere within that range. You could mix and match it up. You can get as much or as little as one. You can go 50-50, you can go 100-0, you can go 25-75, you can go 93-7 if you want. You could do whatever you want to do. And I thought this was pretty interesting to talk about today because a lot of people use their stimulus checks to get more silver and gold. I know that's what I did for my first stimulus. And by the way, for the record, as I said earlier in the video, I'm not even that big of a fan of stimulus checks. I'm a big fan of paychecks. I think we should go to work, but there's probably a solid reason why people like me aren't in charge. We might be in an even worse economic situation if I said, hey, everybody shut up and go to work. But anyway, I wanted to talk about this today because I thought it was pretty relevant. I thought this was something that was pretty interesting today. And when I got the first stimulus check, I remember that was earlier in 2020, and back then I was still trying to learn about the different markets, and I was still trying to figure out whether I should begin picking up a little bit more gold than I've been picking up. Should I focus on a little bit more gold, or should I just go all in on silver? What should I do? How should I convert these dollars, or should I invest the dollars, or should I hang on to the dollars? Because keep in mind, early in 2020, I had no idea what any of this meant. I didn't know how serious of an issue this was. I didn't know if the 2-week lockdown was legitimately only going to be 2 weeks, and then after 2 weeks we'd be completely back to normal, or if this was going to be something that turned into a much, much, much bigger disaster, whether it's as dangerous or whatever you want to call it. I didn't know. At the very beginning, nobody knew. No one had any idea. And I remember saying at the very beginning, a couple weeks can very easily turn into a couple of months. A couple of months could very easily turn into a couple of years. And here we are, almost 1 year deep into something that started out as a 14-day lockdown. So, moving away from that, with the first stimulus, I wasn't really sure what the best decision was, financially speaking. I didn't know if I should just hang on to it. I didn't know what type of financial hardships would occur because of all this craziness going on. I didn't know if I was going to need it. I didn't know if I was going to be in a really bad situation. I didn't know how all of this was going to affect my income, how it was going to affect my job, how it was going to affect me in terms of if I was going to have some surprise expenses because of all of this, maybe like a medical expense if I got sick. I had no idea at the very beginning. I was like, I don't know what any of this means. So what I decided to do at the very beginning was save 1/3 of it. I took 1/3 of it as cash, hung on to it, just in case. I took another third and I invested it, hoping to produce just a little tiny bit of cash flow, something to help out a little bit. And then I took the other third, the last third, and I put it into precious metals. I didn't even pick up any gold. I put it into silver. That's what I did. I picked up quite a bit of silver. And that's pretty much what I did for the rest of 2020. I continued stacking silver, and then I decided I wanted to focus a little bit more on gold, and I know for a fact this year I'm going to be prioritizing getting more gold, so I do intend on picking up more of these little 10th ounce and quarter ounce gold coins from a variety of different countries. I am working on my international troy ounce of gold, 10 different 10th ounce gold coins from 10 different countries, and as soon as I knock that out, I'm going to be working on another international troy ounce, 4 different quarter ounce gold coins from 4 different countries, and that's just the way that I want to do things. But I'm still going to be prioritizing silver. I'm probably going to be going after low premium silver. I don't even care what the silver is. I'm just going to be going after the 90%, the generic silver, anything I can get my hands on for a low premium. And by the way, everything that I said before about how much silver or how much gold we could get with the second and or the third stimulus, that's just assuming that spot price isn't going to move very much. Who knows, by the time the third stimulus comes to fruition, if it comes to fruition, silver could be $30 by then, gold could be back over $2,000 by then, or both metals could be down quite a bit. Silver might be back down to $19 and gold could be back down to $1,500, $1,600 for all I know. Both metals are sporadic and they're going to do whatever they want to do. So as I always say, time in the market is better than trying to time the market. So you don't want to worry too much about spot price. You don't want to sit around waiting for something to happen because that thing that you're waiting for isn't guaranteed. But at the same time, you don't want to be controlled by the fear of missing out. So do your best to find a happy medium and go from there. Stay consistent, stay productive, stay busy, and little by little, chip away at it. Slowly but surely turn that little pile of silver and gold into a mountain of silver and gold. That's what I'm trying to do anyway. By the way, nothing I say in my videos or on this channel is financial advice. Everything in this video and on my channel is just my opinion and speculation. I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take it as financial advice. Make sure you are doing your own research, forming your own opinions, making your own decisions based off of your conclusions, not mine. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, what are your thoughts on everything that I shared in today's video? Taxes potentially going up, obviously inflation is probably a really big concern of yours. With this happening, with that happening, are you going to focus even more on silver and gold right now to act as a hedge against inflation? Because that is, after all, the main reason people are stacking the precious metals. And if anybody's interested in joining the Precious Metals VIP Club, it's where I can do things on my own terms, not on YouTube's terms, my terms. I'm hosting privately held live streams. They're smaller, easier to manage. I'm also doing giveaways, discounts, personalized promo codes, shoutouts, deal alerts when silver and gold is on sale on a variety of different websites. And of course, you can watch all of my videos early and commercial free. Come join the Precious Metals VIP Club. It'll be the first link in the description. You're invited. I'd be happy to have you. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button. If you guys like me, make sure to subscribe. New videos every single day, 365 days a year. Also subscribe to my second channel, which is my backup channel for exclusive weekly content. Brand new video over there. Go check it out. The link will be in the description. Trying really hard to hit 2,000 subscribers. We just hit 1,500, and I appreciate that. Got a brand new video dropping tonight, so keep your eyes peeled. And if you want to help support the channel in the biggest possible way, please consider getting yourself some DYDSS merchandise. Of course, we have some precious metal themed t-shirts and hoodies, which are up for grabs, along with a ton of other products. T-shirts, hoodies, even stickers, many of which are raising funds and awareness for different charity organizations, such as the recently released Kraken Stackin' t-shirt, hoodie, sticker, and coffee mug, inspired by the beautiful 2-ounce silver Kraken coin, which, by the way, is helping us raise a little bit of funds and awareness for ocean cleanup charity organizations at no additional cost to you. It comes out of my pocket, not yours. Any and all merchandise can be found by clicking the first link in the description section down below. Thank you in advance. It's more than appreciated. But I want you guys to head on down to the comments and let me know, once again, are you going to be prioritizing stacking the silver and the gold, potentially now more than ever, with taxes potentially going up over the next few years, with inflation possibly kicking in over the next few years as well, with a second stimulus already rolled out and a third stimulus already being talked about? Are you going to be putting those stimulus dollars into the silver and the gold? And if you're working with $600 or $2,000, whatever the stimulus ends up adding up to be, how are you going to allocate those dollars in terms of the silver and the gold? Are you going all in on silver, all in on gold? Are you going about 50-50? Maybe you're only going to be putting half of those dollars into precious metals, and maybe you're going to invest the other half or just hang on to it as cash, as an emergency fund. Head on down to the comments and let me know anything and everything related to today's video topic. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, don't you dare stop smiling. Peace.